Yeah. I think the key life experiences that formed who I am today is, I think, getting in touch with my relationship with God. Because time after time with God, peeling back the layers of like, hey, here's this creativity I've actually given you inherently. And this is what I've actually called you to do. I've called you to like design in different facets and stuff like that. So as I went deeper and deeper with my relationship with God, I feel like my creativity just soared. Got into design is just understanding that, hey, a vision needs to be casted, but I think I got passionate about design when I understood the importance of that. So the more and more I'm able to get them excited through like a hand drawing or like an electronic copy, I feel like they're gonna miss a portion of the vision that's actually the exciting part. So I think just that response from like whoever I'm working with, whether it be the architect or the client, their response of looking at the design and being like, oh wow, that's awesome, and them getting excited about it, that's what got me passionate about it.
Yeah, that's cool.
I could go with two. Top one is being others focused. It's not when I'm designing and whatnot like that, or even go throughout life in general. It's not. I think the biggest thing I learned is that it's not about me. I'm built to serve others. How that translates into the workplace is just like, hey, when a client gives us a job, it's how can I really deliver on what this person's expectations are and even over deliver? Because it's not this isn't my project. I'm stewarding something that's not mine. I think that would be number one. I think authenticity is the second one. I grew up with a lot of, as I said in the beginning, it was very much so just doing whatever my parents were telling me to do. And that brought a lot of insecurity in me because I felt like I can't ask questions and stuff like that. So I would hold everything super tight to my chest. And as I got older and I was just asking these questions about like, man, what does it look like to even change and like grow? The first step is being real about where you're at. So I would see these guys doing it around me and I'm like, dude, these guys are like walking free. And I'm like, dang, sheesh. Based on my outlook, if I keep holding this stuff to my chest, I'm not gonna get anywhere because these guys are at the top. And these guys are authentic about where they're at with each other. My design process, I like to get the pretty much the metrics and like setbacks, my limitations first. Because I think it always starts with getting kind of the skeleton, and then from there, it's, okay, cool, what's the actual form of this? So adding the flesh and the skin and stuff like that. And I think by that point, the vision becomes a lot clearer there. I think it's understanding your limitations. So authenticity, I have to be honest about what I can and can't do. I could either Google search my way and like learn my way to make it a little bit better, which would be fine, but it'd be a subpar product. Or I can ask somebody who's an expert in it to not only help me take it from there to like even better, but teach me how to get better. I think design is going to where it's more people driven or mission driven. So what we have this thing that we call in the industry value engineering. It's pretty much, hey, we're driving the cost down as much as possible and stretching it as much as possible. So it's value engineering is really important when you're trying to do projects that impact people, because that price point, whatever you're building it at, is going to end up and trickle down towards end user. So whoever's buying that apartment unit is going to end up eating the cost. Biggest challenges in this. I think finding people that are willing to do the value engineering and the people projects or the mission-driven projects. Essentially, it's like everybody wants to go do like the big buildings like that you see in all the awesome books. Out of Frank Lloyd Wright, I would flip through that all the time. Like, oh man, I'm excited to build that. I'm excited to build that. There's a place for all of that. I think we need a lot more designers today that are mission-driven in the sense of like, hey, how can I design this in a way that's impactful? How can I value engineer to make this cheaper for the end user? How can I design this space to be able to really benefit the community that's in it? Just to bring it back, getting in touch with your creator, asking bigger questions, getting people around you that are trustworthy where you can ask the bigger questions. And I think that will drive you way farther than just trying to speed your way through life in order to get the maximum check or speed through life just doing what other people told you to do. So.